Welcome to day 13. All right, so for starters, we'll go over the exit ticket once again from yesterday. So there was 3 questions on the exit ticket. Now the exit ticket is the form that has all questions specifically designed. So for the students who don't participate in the Zoom classes or for these exit ticket or for the YouTube videos that I'm doing, and they're getting some maybe parental help through it, they could fill those questions out, and it's all going to be in one spot. So the questions that we do in class plus the exit tickets all are in one form. All right, but hopefully you figured that out by now. So here we go. 80 ounces equals how many pounds? So I created a ounces number line. I know 1 pound has 16 ounces, so I counted by 16s until I got rid of all 80. I found out that it was 5 times it took me to get there. Therefore, 5 pounds is 80 ounces. The expression I would make for this is 80 ounces divided by 16 ounces per pound will give me the 5 pounds. Number 2, we have 1 ton equals how many ounces? Oof. Well, according to my chart, 1 ton is 2,000 pounds. 1 pound is 16 ounces. Well, how am I going to do this? Creating 3 number lines, like we did in one of the problems yesterday. Okay? I have a tons to pounds number line. So 1 ton is 2,000 pounds. And then 2,000 pounds is how many ounces? Well, I don't know about you, but I didn't feel like making a number line that showed 2,000 pounds on it, counting by ones. So I'm going to skip right to my division expression. 2,000 pounds is going to be timesing 16 ounces per pound. So I did 2,000 times 10 and 2,000 times 6, and I got 32,000 pounds. I'm sorry, 32,000 ounces. Sorry for that. 32,000 ounces. That's a lot. That's a pretty high number. So 1 ton is 32,000 ounces. All right, next problem. 2 tons equals how many pounds? Okay, I could do that. Okay, 1 ton is 2,000 pounds. So 2 tons is going to be 4,000 pounds. 2 tons times 2,000 pounds per ton gives you that 4,000. All right, so we are going to get some real world problems today. All right. And in doing that, we're going to be focusing on 3 concepts: area, perimeter, and volume. Ooh, something different. All right, so let's look at this first problem. Well, first off, let me show you the expressions used to help me, the formulas used to help me solve these 3 types of problems. So I think the first 2 you should be pretty familiar with. Perimeter equals length plus width plus width. That's my perimeter. Okay? Area is length times the width. Then we get to something called volume. Volume, you're doing length times width times height. Okay? So with volume, you're not just talking about a flattened plane area. When it comes to perimeter and area, you're just kind of looking at a flat plane like we do with a rectangle, right? Okay, a rectangle is a flat plane. So I can find the area and perimeter of this. but this specific object or this specific shape doesn't have a height to it. So when you're doing volume, you're looking at a specific objects or shapes that have some type of height, along with having a length and a width to it. So this first problem we have here is just finding perimeter. Okay, Mr. Pete is building a rectangular fence around his house. The fence will be 32 feet long and 29 feet wide. What will be the perimeter of the fence? So I'm going to make my rectangle. So we have 32 feet long and it's 29 feet wide. Well, I know if this side is 32, the other side is going to be 32. And I know if this side here is 29, then this parallel side has to be 29. And according to my perimeter equation, expression, and formula, I'm doing 32 plus 32 plus my widths of 29 plus 29. So when I add these up, I'm going to end up getting 64 here, 58 here, and when I add 64 plus 58, I receive, well, I'm just going to show you here, 64 plus 58, 4 plus 8 equals 1, 1 plus 6 plus 5 equals 12, 122 feet. Perimeter will be 122 feet. All right, so let's move on and do some word problems on your own. So number 2, Sherman developed a photo 4 inches wide by 6 inches in length. What's the area? Use that formula down there, length times width, to find your area. Hit the pause button and do that now. All right, and we're back. So I made a box. That's my photo, I could call it. Okay, it's 4 inches wide and 6 inches long. So to find the area, just like this formula says, is length times width. Length times width will give me my area of 24 square inches. Okay? If you have not recorded down those formulas yet, please do so now. Okay, number 3, the Williams family bought a house, 4,560 square feet. So they're telling you the area already. It's 4,560 feet is the area. The house is 60 feet long. What's the width? We've done this before, right? What am I multiplying or am I dividing? Think about it. Go ahead and solve. All right, we're back. So I'm using division because I want to find what that number is. We looked over here, we used multiplication. Something times something gave you my area. Here I have the area, I'm dividing it by the length to find the width. So when I did that, I got 76 feet. 4,560 divided by 60. 60 went into 456 7 times, you got 460. You subtract, you got 36. I brought down my 0 from my ones place. 60 goes into 360 76 times. All right, now we're going to switch to something a little different. Miss Ferris owns a barn 12 yards long, 9 yards high and 11 yards wide. So I'm going to draw this barn. It's 12 yards long, 9 yards high. Not the best artist here. And it's got to be something, maybe, let's, so-called barn, okay? 12 yards long, 9 yards high, and 11 yards wide. With volume, I'm doing 12, the length times the width times the height. Go ahead and do that now. Okay, so here we are. I have most of the problem done. So I've taken the 12, I times it by the 9, length times the width, got 108. Now I've then times it by the width, did the length times the height. Then I times it by the width, because it really doesn't matter which numbers I'm timesing, first, second, third. They all have to be done, right? So I now take 108, which was the length times the height, and now I'm going to times it by the width. When I do that, I end up breaking it up, the 11, to be 10 and 1, okay? 108 times 10 gives you 1,080. 108 times 1 is 108. You add them together, and this is what we'll get. 1,188 square. Well, we won't go there. We'll just say 1,188 cubed is actually what you would write. Cubed. That's my daughter. Cubed feet. Okay. When you're timesing 3 numbers, it doesn't become square anymore. It becomes a cube. Kind of looks like a cube, doesn't it? Kind of, right? So we call it 1,188 cubed feet. Sounds like a lot, right? All right, last problem. The storage center sells rectangular storage spaces that are each 200 cubic feet. Each space is 5 feet long and 5 feet wide. What is the height of each storage space? So the whole thing inside is 200 cubic feet. The width is 5 and the length is 5. What's the height going to be? How am I going to figure that out? Give it a shot. All right, so some of you might be a little stuck here, so let's go through this. First, I'm going to take 5 times the 5, length times the width, and I'm going to get 25 square feet. But I'm going to take and divide that into 200. That will then give me the actual height. So 25 goes into 200 8 times. Therefore, the height is 8 feet. And there's your answer. All right, so I know this volume concept is a bit new to us, okay? But remember, the formula is length times width, the formula for volume is length times width times height. When you're missing something, maybe you have the volume and you don't know that, take times that, divide it by your volume, and you'll get your missing number. Okay? Best of luck. Take your time now and do your exit ticket. We'll see you back here tomorrow.